Isang masayang pagbati na may ngiti sa aking mga labi. Naghahanap ba kayo ng makakatuwang sa pagre-review ng inyong anak? Meron yan sa DepEd. Ang ETULay online tutorial ay libre at handog ng ating kagawaran sa pangunguna ng OUA ICTS EdTech. Ito ay isang proyektong makatutulong sa mga mag-aaral, katuwang ang mga magulang o kasama sa kani-kanilang tahanan para masagutan at maunawaan ang mga modules. Hangad din ng programang ETULay ang matulungan ang ating mga guro sa kanilang mga blended learning classes. Ang ating ETULay ay mula kinder hanggang senior high school. Bukod sa academics, meron din tayong mga special programs gaya ng All is Wellness, Reading and Math Remediation, Storytelling, Mommy Tech Talks, Classes sa Gramatika, Speech Class, Financial Literacy, at marami pang iba. Pinalawig din ng ETULay ang ating Alive program para sa mga mag-aaral mula grade 1 hanggang grade 3. Gayun din ay mayroon tayong ALS program at SPED tutorials na makasisigurong makakamit ng lahat ang inclusive education. May SPED hotline na rin para sa inyong mga katanungan patungkol sa special education. Kaya, subaybayan mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, mula 9 ng umaga hanggang 7 ng gabi ang ating ETULay. Sa ating pagtutulungan, maiaangat natin ang bawat isa. Ating itutulay ang pagkatuto upang di mapigil ang pag-aaral ng kabataang Pilipino. Itulay natin ito, sulong edukalidad.
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETULay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive, and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETULay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETULay will bridge the gaps where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our modules, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
Hello everyone! Good afternoon sa ating mga learners dyan. Good afternoon. And how are you this afternoon? Okay, so I hope that you have a wonderful afternoon and I do hope that the weather in there is good. So sa ating mga ka-ETULay, no, I'm just alone for this afternoon because Tutor Jess has something to do with the other ETULay tutors. But for the meantime, makakasama niyo po ako sa ating session for reading and writing skills. Okay? So, once again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to DepEd ETULay online tutorial. Hashtag ETULay Pina Level Up. Alright? So, sa ating mga parents dyan na nanonood together with their students. So, hi po sa inyo and also to our students, especially from senior high school. And also, since this is DepEd ETULay Pina Level Up, so Tutor Jess and I actually prepared a surprise for our attendees or participants, especially in our first session. Okay, so I have here the names and we're gonna be drawing this one after our session. But before anything else, good afternoon sa lahat. Hello, Grace Pedregosa. Good afternoon. Tile Madrid T, watching from Marifoski Elementary School is Dio Sorsogon. We also have Sir Melvin Rosario and Ma'am Remedios Macaraig. Okay, lovely afternoon sa ating lahat. All right. So
Hi,
we are
tutor.
now.
Hi, Ma'am
Oh, hello,
Zen.
Tutor Jess. I'm happy that you have
Hello.
been.
All
Yes.
right, Ma'am Zen. So thank you so
Hello.
much for having me again this time. Actually, we have our presentation for Rael, the incoming Rael, and we prepare
Mm-hmm.
about the presentation in the choral, no, for teachers. Now,
Mm-mm.
I'm here to have our fun and learning. So with you, Ma'am Jen. So let's make it fun for this another way a week of celebration nga, no, because we will be having the prizes, no, to those
Yes,
who
that's
were
right.
most okay participative last time. But however, this time let's have another okay topic we will be discussing now.
Yes, that's right, Sir Jess. And I am really happy, Sir Jess, that you are with me today. And I am also very sure that our learners are very happy to have you with us.
Ma'am, tingnan mo nga,
Yes.
ma'am, nakabarong pa ako, ma'am. So,
Di-
nagmamadali talaga ako na makapunta dito para so that I can have a witness with you and
Mhm.
let's have this a tandem, no, for us to have this.
Yes. Yes, the team less than just
Yes.
than. Yes, sir.
Okay. Team Jensen.
Yes.
All right, ma'am, as what you
Mm-hmm.
have said, that we will have the winners, no, and most
Yes.
participative, no. So
Yes.
that will be by week, so that our viewers, no, will be increased, and not only that, no,
Mm-hmm.
they will not only learn, no,
Yes.
about our session, but they'll have this prizes, no, na may uuwi nila.
Yes, that's right, Sir Jess. And we're gonna be selecting the top three, and they are the
Sino kayan,
participative.
ma'am? So I'm
Yes,
so
attending.
excited.
Yes, that's right, Sir Jess. But before we
Okay, ma'am.
proceed, let us greet, okay, Ma'am Francesca Cagas Purisima. Hello, ma'am. Watching from Sugbay District Elementary School, Pitogo District 2, Zamboanga del Sur. And also before,
Hi.
yes, sir. And also our respect to our Division Superintendent, Dr. Minerva T. Alves, as well as our one of the education program supervisor in the Agusan del Sur. We have Ma'am Maria Ivy Torrefranca. Okay,
Okay.
so let's go now, Sir Jess.
Okay, go, ma'am.
Go. All right. So for this afternoon session, we will now have the patterns of development in writing across disciplines. So we actually
Mm,
started last time, and we will continue the remaining writing patterns for writing. Okay. So we
okay.
have in here, okay, it's me and tutor Jess from Tagum City and me from Agusan del Sur, and live po tayong mapapanood ngayon sa DepEd EdTech Unit, DepEd Tayo Facebook pages, and we can also be watched in our DepEd Philippines, DepEd EdTech TV, and DepEd TV. That
All right.
okay? All right, Sir Jess. Okay, so for our reference, once again, we are using the reading and writing skills pivot module from Region 4 Calabarzon. Region 4A
Mm-mm.
Calabarzon, yes. So here we go. So the objectives for our session for this afternoon is just the same with the set of objectives we had last session, but we're going to reiterate this one. So the first one for our dear students, you will be familiar. You will be familiar with the different writing patterns in paragraph development. The second one is you will be able to identify the transitional words and phrases used in the different writing patterns. And we also have, okay, you have a chance to write a short paragraph using certain writing pattern. And lastly, distinguish the uses and the differences of each writing pattern. Hello, Fin Corpus, watching from Isdeo, Tacorong City, Region 12. Okay. So we have in here, before we proceed, before we continue our lesson, let us first do a short recap on the things we discussed last time. So, for our learners, prepare your comment section and then you try to give your answers for the following questions. Number one, if you were to tell a story, it is related to the lesson that we had for the first session. If you were to tell a story, which pattern of paragraph development would you use? A, description, B, definition, C, narration, or D, problem solution. So, okay, so for our viewers and participants for this afternoon, what could be the answer for the first question? Okay, so once again, if you were to tell a story, Okay? Anong writing pattern ang gagamitin natin? Out from these options, what do you think is the correct answer? Okay? But while we are still waiting for the answers, hello, Joyce L. Napes from Zamboanga City. Buenas tardes. Okay. And we also have Darlene May Kilon. Hello po, watching from Binag ES. SDO Cagayan. Okay. So let's get back to the question. What do you think is the writing pattern? Tell a story. Okay. Okay. I'm waiting for your answers, our dear students.
Okay, so what is
Mhm,
the answer? So let's
mhm.
try to see the
Yes.
answer, ma'am. All right, ma'am.
Okay.
So are there any comment now?
Yes. Okay. So we have in here. Okay. C. All right. So let's check your answer if your answer is correct or if your answer is correct. So for number one, that's letter C. That's right. Narration. Okay. Anong pattern of paragraph development gagamitin when we talk about telling a story? And okay, that's
Okay,
narration.
so
Okay.
narration.
Congrats. You are correct, Remedios Macaraig. Now
Okay,
let's go to
congratulations.
second
Number
question. Yes,
two.
that's right, sir. Number two, which written text involves sensory images to figure out something? Okay, anong writing pattern na nagko-consist ng sensory language? Is it A, description, B, definition, C, narration, or D, problem solution? What do you think? Okay. Okay, so for the in the last time that we had this session, okay, so sensory images, like these are the, let's just say this writing pattern uses descriptive words that come from our senses. All right, what do you think is the answer for this question? Okay, all right, so we have letter. Mm-hmm. Some answer B, some answer A. Okay, Joyce L. Napes, Remedios Macaraig, letter A. Let's try to check your answer. Here we go. Okay, the correct answer is letter A. Okay, Alea Buntuyan, letter A. That's correct. Watching from Miss Dio Escalante. Hello, Ma'am M. Zargosa Isatam. I don't know if that's correct. Okay, if that's the correct pronunciation for the family name. Okay, number three. For our recap, what are these words that you can use to show transition of events in the text? Okay, so these words could help us, okay, in changing our ideas from the first paragraph to the next paragraph. Is it A, sensory words, B, transitional devices, C, imagery, or D, adjectives? Okay, so ano yung ginagamit natin ng mga words so that we can achieve a unified thought in our writing? Okay, let's see your answers, our participants.
Go, go,
Okay,
go.
go, go, go. All right.
What is the answer, Ma'am Zen? Tutor
Okay,
Zen.
so we have here letter B, C. Okay, the correct answer for this one is we have letter P. All right,
Yes, that's it.
transitional devices. All right,
Yes, you're
or is
right.
it? Yes, that's right, Sir Jess, and it is also known as the signal words. Okay, now we're done. Okay, we're done. Not yet. We still have the last one, the last question.
Mm-mm.
Okay, it is a type of description in which the writer does not include personal impression about the subject. Okay, for our dear participants in our previous session, we have identified two types of description. The first one is subjective, and the second one is objective. Now, which do you think is the type in which you are using this type in which you're not including your personal impression, just purely factual information or details? Okay, is it letter A, subjective, or B, objective? What do you think is the correct answer?
Okay, who
Okay.
answered here in our comment box?
Mm-hmm.
So let's
Yes,
try to
just write
see.
down your answers in the comment box. And also to
Okay.
our participants, do not forget that every week we will be having surprises for you. Okay.
Okay. So,
Yes.
dapat manood sila sila ma'am, 'no? And
Yes.
every time that we have our session, so paramihan pa
Mm-hmm.
natin itong mga viewers natin.
Because they will not just learn as what you had said earlier, Sir Jess, but
Yes.
also they will yes, receive
Ok
a lot of surprises. Okay, now we
yes.
have in
Ma'am
here. Mm-hmm. Yes, Sir Jess, from JV Arsenio Garapan, letter B for Joyce L. Napes. That's letter E. What do you think is the correct answer?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the correct answer, ma'am?
Okay, the correct answer is letter B. Okay, does
Okay,
not
there is now a clue,
include.
ma'am, 'no?
Yes, that's right. The word not in there is
Hmm.
highlighted, meaning we
Yes.
are not talking about giving personal impression about the subject. Rather, we are
Mm.
dealing with the facts. And that's letter B.
Be objective.
Okay. All
Go,
right.
ma'am. Go,
To our
Jen.
yes. So great job, everyone. Great job to our attendees. And I hope that you have learned a lot from our previous session. Now let's go to our discussion. So let's have this one. Okay, so for the in the last session, we are through with narration and description. Okay, so for this afternoon, we will proceed with the next writing patterns, and these are definition. We also have exemplification or classification. Next is comparison and contrast. And last is cause and effect. Okay, so let's start with the definition. And I do believe that in our previous session, also, again, we have tackled a bit about definition. So, what is this definition about? Let us reiterate the idea behind this writing pattern. So, for the definition, it provides concise, meaning brief, just a short but exact meanings of unfamiliar words and explain special meanings for familiar words. Okay, now we have in here two categorization of words, the familiar and the unfamiliar. Not all the time we would define the unfamiliar terms or words. Okay, there are also times that though the words are familiar for us, we still give special meanings to it, and that's under the idea of the definition writing pattern. Okay, now for definition, also we have the three types. The first one is formal definition, the second is informal definition, and the third is extended or expanded definition. Let's go first with what is informal definition. Now, informal definition are classified into two. The first one is the denotation, and the second one is connotation. Now, remember, students, that if we get meaning out from the dictionary or the dictionary meaning of the words, we use the denotation. Okay? But if we try to define a word using our own special meaning, okay, we are now having or we are now using connotation. Okay, let me give you an example for connotation. Say, for instance, you have this sentence: the students give their teacher a red rose. Okay, the student gave their teacher a red rose. Now we all know, if we're going to consider denotation, we all know that a red rose pertains to the flower, to a flower. Okay. Now, if we try to apply connotation, the red rose in there does not really simply mean the red flower or the flower. Okay, it could also mean that it's the affection or the love of the students to the teacher. Okay, that's what connotation is. All right, Sir Jess.
Okay.
Yes, and
Yes, that's it, ma'am. So,
yes,
no, it's true, no?
yes.
So, if we are talking about denotation,
Mm-hmm.
we talk about the dictionary meaning of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if we
That's right,
talk
Sir
about the
Jess.
connotation, it could be a creative imagery, or the
Mm-hmm.
description, it's personal. Okay,
Yes, it's
personal
personal.
definition.
That's
Okay.
right, Sir Jess. And also shout out nga pala kay Ma'am Remedios Macaray, still watching from Coral Elementary School, Ramos Tarlac, Isdeo, Tarlac Province. Hello, ma'am. And
Hi.
also, yes, we have Ma'am Sally Chua. Good afternoon po from INSDPIS City of San Fernando. Hello, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
So we also have in here the formal definition. Now, what is formal definition? Okay, so the formal definition, our dear students, it is usually composed of a sentence. Like you are defining a term in a sentence form. Okay, and formal definition has these components. Actually, some references would identify four components. For this one, okay, we have three, or we have identified three. Okay. So the first one is we have the species or the word that you are trying to define. Okay. The next one is the genus, which means the class or the category of the word. And the last one is the differentiate, which now consists the details of the definition of the word that makes the word different from the other terms. Okay? So for in other references there is actually verb before the genus, because if we try to define a word, we usually start with a word like um euthanasia is, now comes the genus and the differentiate. Now let's have an example for formal definition. Okay? So we have in here skimming is a reading technique of allowing the eyes to travel over a page very quickly, stopping only here and there to gain an idea. Okay, so remember the components. We have the species, which is skimming, the word that we are defining. Now, for the category, skimming is a reading technique. Okay, it's one of the ways that that one can use when reading. Okay. Now, what is skimming as a reading technique all about? Okay. It allows the eyes to travel over a page very quickly, stopping only here and there to gain an idea. Now, that's the specific detail of what skimming is all about. And that's what makes skimming different from the other terms that are classified under the reading technique, because we have the scanning or the other terms that we have for the reading technique. But for this one, we simply we try to set boundaries about what is skimming all about. Okay. Now let's go to expanded or extended definition. Okay, so the Yaga Bill 2016 and the other authors provided techniques for us on how we can use extended or expanded definition. Okay. Hello, Junifer Latorre and Ma'am Remedios Macaraig. Hello. So first technique that we can use for this type for this expanded definition is by stating its characteristics. Okay.
Still watching, Mom, Remedios. And
Yes, Ma'am
also we have
Remedios.
Jennifer Latorre. Hello.
Yes. Hello, Junifer
Sir,
Latorre
ano ito?
is
Yan
actually
siguro, siguro,
from Bukidnon. He's
okay.
yes.
All right.
He's my husband.
NSDPI. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, so we have in here the example for that one. How are we going to state the characteristic? For
Mm,
example, our subject is San Pablo City. So we say, what is San Pablo City? San Pablo City is one of the oldest towns in the Philippines, and today it is known as one of the first class cities in the province of Laguna. It is also called the City of Seven Lakes, namely Bunut Lake, Calibato Lake, Muhicap Lake, Palakpakin Lake, Pandin Lake, Sampaloc Lake, and Yambu Lake. These seven freshwater lakes are crater form of a steam blast eruption from Mount Cristobal. So as what you can see in here, it's as if San Pablo City is described by its geographic characteristics. Okay. Now let's have the other technique, which is by function. Now, what is example for this function? Okay, in this time of global crisis, everyone is responsible for their actions, such as following the precautionary measures given by the health experts to avoid the spread of the virus. Okay, so what is now the function that should be taken by everyone, and that is following the precautionary measures. Okay, so for this, another technique for expanded or extended definition, we also have here um, writing the definition by what it is not. For example, far from the normal situations that we had before, the pandemic makes each one of us skip buying unnecessary items. Now, what is the subject in here? Okay, the normal situations. Okay, and what is the, it's like the opposite of what is normal situation or what normal situation is like. So, it's like each one of us keep buying unnecessary items, and that's not the normal situation, that is the opposite. Okay, hello Ma'am Zaragoza Isatam, watching from Islio Escalante City, Negros Occidental. Okay, we also have in here another technique by what it is similar to. Okay, trying we are now trying to look at the similarities of the subject in here. For instance, Jollibee and McDonald's both offer savory chicken and delicious pasta that children love. Okay, what are being compared in here, or what are the subject in here that is being compared to to one another? We have Jollibee and McDonald's.
So
Okay.
meaning to say there would be similarity of them. Okay.
Yes. And what is the
So
similarity? Mm-hmm.
uh
Yes, sir. So they both offer savory chicken and delicious pasta. Okay.
yes.
That's right, Sir Jess. Now we also have another technique for expanded definition, giving examples or by examples. For example, we have in here the opening of the classes for school year 2020-2021 amidst the pandemic is a great challenge to the Department of Education. They continue researching different alternative ways of teaching and learning to be implemented in schools. So, what are now the examples provided by the writer? We have the online learning, modular learning, and lastly, learning from TV shows and radio programs.
So meaning, ma'am, it is giving example. Okay. So it's
Yes,
giving example. So
yes,
meaning,
that's right.
opening of classes, no, there would be, even if we have this pandemic, okay, we will
Mm-hmm.
continue researching different alternatives. So just like we have this online learning, we have modular learning, and lastly, learning from TV shows and radio programs. Actually, we have those, no, we have online learning, no,
Mm-hmm.
for students, and we have modular. Most
Learning.
of us, no, using this kind of no platform, the modules, no, and
Mm-hmm.
also we have
Yes,
this
sir.
assisted no learning. We have used no or we are using, we have this TBBI, no, the television based instruction and the radio based instruction,
Yes.
and we have our teleradio. And in our place now in here in Tagum City, we
Mm-hmm.
have those no the TBBI RBI, the we have also the teleradyo, and I'm one of the focal person no for this, and also the broadcaster no of these platforms. No, not only in our place, but they're also in your place, no, and all over
Yes.
the Philippines and over the world, no. Itong ginagamit natin amidst the pandemic situation, because
Yes.
it's not di pa man possible natin yung ating face
Face
to
to
face,
face
yes,
classes.
interaction
Yes,
classes.
that's right, Sir Jess. And also, there are also areas, especially for those schools that are found in far-flung areas, we do modular learning, but there are also some who use blended learning, like online learning at the same time modular learning. But for the online learning, it would be asynchronous. That's yes,
Okay. Yeah,
that's
just
right, Sir
like
Jess.
this, no,
Mm-hmm.
synchronous. Okay, we have this, no, the ETULay program, Department of Education.
Yes,
This
yes,
is
that's
very
right.
no, important, and also makatulong talaga, no, very helpful to this pandemic situation. So papasalamat tayo diyan sa ating
Mm-hmm.
ETU teams, no, group of the Department of Education, EdTech Unit. Hello, thank you so much.
Yes, po, Sir Jess. Yes, that's right. That's right, Sir Jess. Actually, it would now in the pandemic, it's really hard for the teachers to reach out for their students, especially when trying to discuss the lessons that are found in the modules. So, what was done by the DepEd ETULay the DepEd EdTech unit is they have this initiative called the DepEd ETULay that would bridge the learning.
Mm, 'di
Okay?
ba? So
Yes.
bongga. Bongga
Yes.
talaga kasi ma-relate talaga natin 'no, expand examples and we can relate on that 'no.
Yes. It's kinda
Katulad pa
yes, it's kinda what do you call this, trendy? Or yes, that's right. It's like
yes,
current
yes 'no.
situation. Yes,
Ang
that's
mga
right,
teachers
Sir Jess.
ngayon, mga teachers na hindi lang nagtuturo 'no, sa loob ng paaralan kundi naging artista na rin na instant, celebrity at saka yung mga artist na 'no, in this new normal setting. So, congratulations sa mga teachers natin 'no,
Yes.
especially we congratulate 'no, the heads 'no, sa
Mm-hmm.
ating region, the Region 11. Hi! So, are the, Dr. Alan G. Fernando, hello po sir. So, thank you so much and also
Mm-hmm.
to our, SDS 'no, Tagum City
Mm-hmm.
Division Dr. Josephine Elfadul, assisted by Dr. na Melanie Piestacio. Hello po sa
Mm-hmm.
mga SDSS at saka PSDS. So sila talaga yung nag-heads no, bigay sa atin ng opportunity para din ma-explore din then makita yung mga skills at saka mga talents ng mga ating mga educators.
Yes, that's right, Sir Jess. Okay, so much for that, Sir Jess. Let's go to the next technique. Okay, Sir Jess? Hello. Okay, so we have in here another technique for extended or expanded definition is by the origin of word or etymology. So we now define the word from based on where it came from. For example, writers around the world define literature in different ways. Okay, so our subject in here is literature. So what is literature about? All about? The origin of the word literature is derived from the Latin word litera, which means letter. Okay, so it for this one we are taking now the word litera that comes from Latin word. So it means letter. So that's where literature or the word literature came from. Now we also have another technique by its effect. Okay, so let's take a look at the example. Due to the global pandemic, specifically COVID 19, the world embraces the new normal. Okay, so our subject in here is the global pandemic. Okay, people have become, what is the effect of this global pandemic? People have become more conscious about sanitation and hygiene. They now learn physical distancing in public places. And most of the people stay at home either working or developing new hobbies and exploring new things. Okay, so the author tries to reiterate in here or to highlight in here what are the effects of the global pandemic. Okay. Now, so those are the techniques that we can use for us to apply expanded definition. Okay, to our viewers, are you still there? Comment down or write
Andiyan
down
pa
your
sila.
comment. Yes, in the
So
section,
thank you so much no
comment
sa ating
section.
mga
Yes.
viewers, yung most participative
Yes,
ng mga
that's
viewers
right.
natin nandiyan.
Okay.
Kasi 'no, yun nga, gagawin nating lahat 'di ba ma'am, para matuto sila 'no, sa ating
Yes,
subject na
that's
reading
right.
writing skills.
That's right, Sir Jess. Okay, our teachers actually from DepEd ETULay are extending their time volunteering for us to bridge lessons or the learnings for our students. Okay, now let's go now, Sir Jess, for our next writing patterns. Okay, so for now we have another set of writing patterns, exemplification and classification. But before we delve deeper for this too, let us first know my our dear students that there are some terms that we need to be familiar with when we talk about these writing patterns. Okay, for exemplification and classification, we should remember that we must have the topic sentence. Okay, and what is this topic sentence all about? So the topic sentence, our dear students, is the sentence that contains the main idea of your paragraph. Though you provide a lot of details in your paragraph, take note that you must establish your topic sentence because the ideas in your paragraph would revolve from this sentence. Now, we also have the term classifications. Okay, so in order for us to learn exemplification and classification, we also have to know how to categorize objects or our subjects. We also have to take note of examples. Okay, we must include examples for this writing pattern. And lastly is the transitional expressions or the transitional devices. Hindi mawawala ang transitional devices when we write. Okay, because it's like a ladder when we write. We cannot proceed to another idea in our paragraph if we don't have the transitional devices.
Yes, ma'am, that's right.
That's right. Okay. So let's go now with exemplification. I know that our learners are very excited to have the activity later on. Don't worry, learners. We will see your answers. Okay. Now let's go for the exemplification. What is this exemplification all about? So it is exemplification is one of the writing patterns that is mostly used by the writers, in which the writer begins with an idea or point. Okay,
So
it
mean to say,
starts.
no, sige ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Tutor.
Yes, sir. So yes, for the simplification, the writer starts with the idea or point to begin his or her paragraph. What about you, Sir Jess?
Okay. So meaning to say, it's also similar, no? Kagaya ng sinabi natin kanina, expanding. So we have these examples also.
Yes, that's right, Sir Jess. Okay. Yes, for the exemplification, yes, that's right. You start with a topic sentence and then you follow it with one or more examples so that you can support your idea. Yes,
Yes.
that's
Hi,
right,
Tutor
Sir Jess.
Nova, our
Yes, hello,
head of senior high
Tutor
school English.
Nova. Yes, our
Okay, thank you so
beautiful
much for
program
watching.
head.
Yes. And to all
Yes,
other no cool tutors no in this ETULay
yes,
program.
that's right, Sir Jess. And we also
Hi,
have
friends,
Miss
Nicole. Yes, ma'am.
Nicole Apuang. Yes, grade
Okay, from
11
Arturo
Jasmine,
Hugo National High
National High
School.
School.
Hello.
Hello, friends. Okay, hello, we're friends. Okay, now we have in
Okay,
here. Uh huh. Yes, Sir
sige,
Jess.
tutor.
Okay. So for this one, for say for instance, we want to write about film. So if we want to write about film, we must specify what kind of film are we going to write about. So for example, Gone with the Wind. Now, what is this Gone with the Wind? So it's a classic American epic tales of riches, ruin, and romance set in the aftermath of the Civil War. Okay. We also have, if we love to write about science and we talk about compound. Now, what specifically are you going to talk about when it comes to compounds? So we have the NaCl, or the sodium chloride, commonly known as salt, which is one of the most abundant minerals on earth and an essential nutrient for many animals and plants. Okay, it is naturally found in
Okay.
seawater. And
So meaning, ma'am,
yes,
it's
the
from broad idea to more
more
specific idea.
specific idea. Yes, that's
Yeah.
right,
So,
Sir Jess.
ma'am, I think this topic would be exemplified or elaborated well, no, with their modules naman, di ba, ma'am?
Mm-hmm.
And then we shall have the review next time around. This since we have still minutes, no, to go before we end our session. But I
Yes.
think, no, they have grasped, no, many things about our
Mm.
discussion this afternoon, no, together with
Yes.
us, your tutors, Tutor Jess and Tutor Zen.
Yes,
Tutor
that's
Zen! Andiyan na ba
mm-hmm.
yung result natin,
Oh,
no?
I see. Okay, sir. So by the way,
Yes.
Sir Jess, before can we finish this one before we end the session?
Which part, ma'am? Okay.
The example. Okay, the seasonal
Okay, okay.
expressions.
Sige, ma'am.
Yes.
Mm.
And we also have the example for exemplification. So it's an excerpt from Appassionato. It's
Yeah.
it's written by Barbara Gonzalez. Actually, I love to share it this one, Sir Jess, because it talks about passion. Okay, so yes,
Yes.
and Barbara Gonzalez used the exemplification as her writing technique for this one. So let me read to you the content. Passion is visceral. It stands outside traditional thinking. When we say visceral, meaning it stands outside our intellect, it's more like our inward feelings. Okay,
Oh.
so yes, that's right, Sir Jess. And according to her, passion is like that. It's not just in the intellect; it's more than that.
Uh,
Yes,
shall I read this
yes,
part? So
yes,
an
Sir
excerpt
Jess.
from
A passion.
Appassionato. Passion is visceral. It stands outside traditional thinking. It ignores conventions like distance, time, and social acceptance. It dares into uncharted waters. It is used to primarily associated with romantic love. Today, thanks to others like Tom Petters and Nancy Austin. A passion for excellence. Passion's boundaries have been extended to embrace work, entrepreneurial endeavors, corporate success.
Yes, that's right, Sir Jess. Diba? Yeah, it really sounds
Yes,
lovely.
ka-inspired, lovely.
Yes,
Gaya ng ating mga ginagawa, ma'am, na it's a passion for
it's a
teaching.
passion.
And it's
Yes, Sir
all for
Jess.
students. It's all for recipients. It's
Mm-hmm.
all for beneficiaries, so all students, to
Mm-hmm.
give them the quality education amidst the pandemic situation that we
Yes,
have.
that's right, Sir Jess. And for us, in our in the older times or old times, we usually define passion as associated with romantic love. But
Yes.
yes, but for today, like what you had said earlier, it's more than that, sir. It's in our job, it's in our personal endeavors and everything. It's in
Yeah.
everything. Yes, that's right. Okay, Sir Jess, so much for that.
Go!
Yes, so I now have the box, our
Yes,
dear
andiyan
learners.
na,
Yes,
learners! Yung ating
and
mga viewers, no? So, kinakailangan talaga makinig, matuto sa ating mga aralin, di ba?
Aralene.
So,
That's
this is
right.
the result, no? Last time that we have our view, the first session that, okay, we, ano ito, have this episode, no? First episode.
Mm-hmm.
Zen.
First episode. Yes.
Ano
Yes,
yun,
these
di
are
ba?
actually the names of the participants from our first session. And
Okay.
bubunutin natin yung mga names na to select our top three that will be receiving the awards or surprise that we'll have. Okay. That we're going to give. Okay. So let's start, Sir Jess. Okay. Okay, let's go. So, hindi ako titingin sa names, but I'll pick it randomly and congratulations in advance sa mga mapipili. We have in here the first winner. Congratulations, you will receive your prize. Okay, we have, all right, Zandra Reyes. Okay, you have in here. I don't know if it can be seen clearly, but Zandra Reyes, congratulations. You'll get your prize. Just send us a private message, me and Tutor Jess. We also have in here the next one. Okay. Shall we have okay. Congratulations. Hindi ako tumitingin ha. Susan Shera. Okay, congratulations. You got again the prize for our top 3. Okay. And then we also have the last one. Okay. I'm gonna look. Hopefully, may mga taga-anis talaga. Char! Bias si ma'am. No, it's not. Okay. All right. So we have Lionel Obani. Okay. Congratulations, students. Once again, Zandra Reyes, Susan Shera, and Lionel Obani. Okay. You are the top 3 for our first session in reading and writing skills.
Wow!
Yay! Congratulations!
Congratulations! We will get
Yes,
their number, ma'am, and together with their, ano yung FB page, yung name
yes,
nila sa FB
yes.
para
We can
makuha
act.
natin, di ba?
Yes,
Meron
that's
tayong mga
right.
surprises that are rewards, no, to you, our
To
dear
our
viewers and
participants. Yes, that's
participants.
right, Sir Jess. So the 40-minute session is about to end, Sir Jess. No, di
Yes.
talaga
Dali lang
nababantayan yung
talaga.
oras.
Opo,
Oo.
ma'am. Yung mga viewers natin ngayon, sila
Mhm.
naman yung ating bubunutin next time around that we have our
Yes, that's
episode
right, Sir
3,
Jess.
week 3. Yeah.
Yes. So abang-abang sa ating mga participants for this afternoon because in the next session, your names will be the lucky names in our
Okay.
surprises. Okay, so for our learners, thank you so much and I hope that you have learned a lot in our session, in our second session.
Mm.
And this is your tutor Zen once again na nagsasabi sa inyo na we are just travelers in the lane of love and learning. Down the road, we will surely meet again. What about you, Sir
Okay.
Jess?
So, napapasalamat tayo no sa lahat na tumutok sa ating ETULay program, especially in our English department, senior high school. So, maraming salamat together with your modules, no.
Mm-hmm.
Gagabayan namin kayo sa pagsagot niyan, and then tutok lang sa ating ETULay program ng ating reading and writing skills for senior high school. And
Yes.
we always there for you to guide and to facilitate everything that we can do for you here in our ETULay program. So we will continue this discussion next time around.
Yes,
I think this
that's
has
right.
been your tutor Jess for this episode ng week 2 natin. So
And
thank
also,
you so
yes, and this is also Tutor Zen from
Okay, we'll.
Islamic Nursery.
Hi,
Yes,
Children. So
hello
we live
guys.
this quote from Vivek Madlani: "Never stop learning because life never stops teaching." So see you in the next session episode next week, and
Yes. Session
mabuhay.
3.
Yeah,
Yes.
sulong edukalidad and Ma'am Zen.
Yes. Mabuhay ang kabataang Pilipino. Thank you so much
Okay.
once again. Thank you,
So
Tutor
abangan nyo ang
Jess.
tutor. Sinong tutor natin next, Ma'am?
Okay.
Next
And also, abangan ang ating next
for our
tutor. We have
class.
Tutor
Support din kayo
DJ.
doon.
Yes, for the speech
Together.
class. Yes, that's
Okay,
right
so
for
Tutor
that.
DJ and kasamahan sinong kasama ni
Yes.
Tutor DJ Chan. Okay? So see you and stay tuned in our next subject.
Okay. Goodbye, everyone.
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETULay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag #ETULayLevelUp. Huwag aalis ha dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETULay!